When you start a new project with Adobe Premiere, it wants you to import media so that it knows how big the video is that you're going to be editing. Now for us, we have a number of different pictures of different sizes, and you don't want your project to be set up with some random image size. I'm going to go into my favorite things video project folder, because one way to do this is to go ahead and choose one of your titles, because that is 1920 by 1080, and that can help you set up your project the right way. So I'm going to go ahead, I'll bring in my intro. It really doesn't matter because we're going to get rid of this and start fresh anyway. But I wanted to show you how this sequence settings get set. So I have to select this timeline, that sequence, in order to see the settings. And you'll see that it went with custom because we use this image that is that size. But the essential thing is here it's 1920 by 1080 and that the pixels are square. And there are lots of different actual shapes of pixels, but square pixels work the best for what we're doing especially. So if I click OK here and I just remove all of this, I've gotten my project started and I can then create a new sequence from scratch. So File, New, Sequence is how we can create all sorts of things. There's our color mat to make our warning color later. But I'm going to make new sequence. And what I have found works better than this, because these are not square pixels, they're a ratio of 1.3. It's very strange for television. So I've always used AVCHD 1080p, and it's 30 frames per second. So remembering AVCHD 1080p 30 will take care of most everything you need. Now, I always make my first master sequence, so I know that this is the one I'm going to export, and you can see the sequence settings anytime. It has that preset, and they are 1920 by 1080, and we're good. Okay, now we can import our folder filled with images. So I've got my OneDrive video project folder. Let me find it here. So here's my favorite assets, and I'm going to import that folder. You should have seen that happening already. It gives us everything that we need for placing on our master timeline. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring this down because we're not really doing multiple audio tracks. Instead, we've got several video tracks here. Now the video 1 track is going to be occupied by our warning color. That red color is going to let us know if we shrink something too small or move it off the screen. So again, we can go to File, New, and choose Color Mat. There's also an option here for New Item. So next to the trash can is the new item, and I can choose Color Mat right there. It'll be the same size as the sequence that we're in right now, and I make it bright red. And I name it my warning color. It's 5 seconds long by default. It's possible to change that, but I can make this last as long as I want to. Now this may look about the same size as my template, but that's actually showing almost 6 minutes worth. So having the right zoom level is pretty important. Let's just go with about a minute's worth. Now notice how I move my current time indicator and then it zooms into it. Wherever that is, it also snapped to that location. So it's just there so that we can put our images and titles on the video 2 track. Let me do that with my first couple titles. So I know that this is my intro, and it goes right at the beginning. And then I'm going to add my first category. I don't see what they are because this is small. So I can start with my places. And now I've got 2 of those. Okay. Let me get my first images. 1, 2, 3. Makes it very easy to just stack them in there. And now I've got my first category taken care of. Now I am showing you this so that I'm going to expand my V2 so that it's a little bit bigger, and that gives me a thumbnail view of what that image is. Makes it a lot easier to get around and know where your titles are and then where your images are. And again, that warning color, very important, because if we scale this down too far, we'll know it. You don't want this to be black bars, which is what would show there if we didn't have the warning color. So it's just there to really serve as a guide as to how small we can make each of these images.